It's a long-standing tradition of the college to recognize an alum who has distinguished themselves through their contributions to the college, the profession, or larger communities in this world. This year, I'm especially pleased and proud to recognize Dr. Abraham Bromberg. An abbreviated list of his many accomplishments and awards are provided in the commencement program. But I want to point out just a few things that make Dr. Bromberg so deserving of celebration and recognition. Throughout his career, Dr. Bromberg has dedicated himself to furthering education. He first completed his clinical training in optometry in Mexico City and later came to the United States to complete the OD degree at the University of California at Berkeley. This extended his knowledge and not only benefited his patients, but elevated practice standards and expectations for his fellow colleagues and the profession throughout his country. He then came to Houston and completed additional postgraduate training in vision science. I've read Dr. Bromberg's master's thesis, and his academic achievements are a shining example of one of our college's core values, and that's growth and learning. Beyond his dedication to education and clinical practice, he's also been a mentor and an advocate for the next generation of optometrists, sharing his knowledge and passion of the profession, while also advocating for this profession legislatively. Dr. Bromberg is a tireless supporter of education and a powerful advocate for expanding optometric profession throughout Mexico, Central and South America. Just a few weeks from now, during the annual American Optometric Association meeting, Dr. Bromberg will be recognized as the World College of Optometry's International Optometrist for 2025. I just want to stop and say that's an amazing achievement. We are very proud to call him a University of Houston alum and grateful for his lasting dedication and positive impact that he has had on the profession of optometry. Dr. Bromberg, I'm so pleased to recognize you as the University of Houston College of Optometry's 2025 Distinguished Alum. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bromberg to the podium.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I can hold that for you if you like.
Please,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Tua. It's a big honor for me to be here with you. And ladies and gentlemen, buenas tardes. Don't worry, it's not going to be in Spanish. I bring you greetings from Mexico City, one of the biggest cities in the world, with more than 20 million people and approximately 5 million cars. If you think that Houston has a traffic problem, you should see Mexico City. But we can endure the traffic because it's a very cosmopolitan city. We have museums, a Spanish colonial downtown considered UNESCO's World Heritage, theaters, music festivals, sports, but the best is the food, from tacos to fancy modern Mexican food. When I was invited to speak at the commencement ceremony, I began to think what to talk to a group of new graduates in optometry. I kept on thinking and thinking, and the first subject that came to my mind was that I could talk in this speech about the growing global burden of eye health problems and the challenge it represents to you. More than 2 billion people have a vision impairment in the world. Of this grand total, at least half of these cases, meaning 1 billion, could have been prevented or has yet to be addressed. More than 90% of those affected live in low to middle income countries. Almost 75% of them are over 50 years old, and 55% are women. Among the conditions associated with this visual impairment that can be treated are uncorrected refractive errors and cataracts. There are other diseases that need timely diagnosis and appropriate treatment, such as glaucoma, age-related macular degeneration, and diabetic retinopathy. I must emphasize the importance of optometry professionals in reversing this situation, especially considering that virtually everyone will experience at least one eye problem in their lifetime. And by 2030, it is estimated that the number of people aged 60 and over worldwide will increase to 1.5 billion, while the number of people over 80 will reach more than 200 million. Billions, millions, that sounds like a lot of people. This will be reflected in the increase in cases in glaucoma, age-related macular degeneration, and presbyopia. Not only that, lifestyle changes such as less time spent outdoors, more tasks involving near vision, and higher rates of urbanization will also contribute to the increase in people with eye problems regardless of age. An increase in the number of people with myopia, high myopia, and diabetic retinopathy is expected. This translated in a great need for timely access to quality eye care and rehabilitation, which I'm sure you can provide. I would like to emphasize the fact that vision impairment and loss compromise people's autonomy, safety, and physical and mental health, which also affects their families and communities. For example, uncorrected refractive errors such as myopia, astigmatism affect both education and productivity. At an early age, eye exams with refractive correction can improve child's academic performance. And for adults who enter the workforce, they can improve their performance and career advancement. A figure to that effect, the global economic burden associated with lost productivity due to visual impairment or blindness is estimated at $411 billion per year. Hence, the 2021 World Health Assembly, the member states of the World Health Organization, committed to increasing effective coverage for refractive errors by 40% by 2030. And the United Nations declared that eye health is essential to achieving sustainable development goals. After thinking of eye health problems in the world, I said to myself, these are optometry new graduates. They know all of this. Maybe I should choose another subject. Yes, I will speak about advocacy. It is a subject that is close to me and one that I'm very much involved. Let me bring back a concept that you should keep in mind from now on, although I suspect you're already familiar with it. It's integrated people-centered eye care. This refers to the set of services managed and delivered so that people receive ongoing interventions in the promotion, prevention, and treatment of all types of eye problems. They are coordinated across different levels and locations of care within and outside the health sector. And they recognize people as participants and beneficiaries of these services through their lives. In many regions of the world, eye care is predominantly provided in secondary and tertiary healthcare settings, concentrated in urban environments, which often makes them more expensive and less accessible. Integrated people-centered eye care approach, which emphasizes the provision of eye care services within communities, already recognizes the potential of optometry to provide accessible quality care, especially in rural and low-income areas. Studies have shown that integrating optometry into primary care leads to better patient outcomes, a reduction in unnecessary referrals, and shorter wait times. For this to become a reality, it's necessary to foster and guarantee the conditions that make it possible. And this is where your participation through advocacy is essential, making it part of your daily work and broader strategies. As recent graduates, it's ideal for you to take on this mission right now, so you can quickly become leaders in the defense of optometry. Only the sum of individual actions will result in benefits for greater recognition and better regulations of our profession, which would benefit us all. Advocacy, for example, means reaching out to your legislators, both local and federal, to let them know what you do in your private practice, what you do in eye research. And that's exactly what your colleagues before you did, to whom in large part we owe the conditions in which you were able to study and in which you begin to work. Advocacy is also about building a broad, strong, and diverse network of relationships. You can start with your classmates and mentors here, but the idea is to expand as far as possible. In addition to the legislators, we already mentioned it. You can seek alliances with eye care personnel, health authorities, public policymakers, lawyers, journalists, and influencers. A good way to achieve this is to join an optometrist organization at the local, state, or national level. Once you are a member of these organizations, work with passion and patience, convinced that what you do will have a positive impact on your community, and that in one way or another, it could also be replicated in another city, another state, or even another country. 6 very specific recommendations for carrying out advocacy work to defend and promote optometry. Identify a problem to solve. Establish a goal to achieve. Define the objectives that must be met to achieve the goal. Develop a strategy and implement it. And finally, monitor the result. I'm sure you are familiar with this method. It's time to put it into practice beyond the classroom. Variations in our profession's scope of practice worldwide are a result of a combination of factors, such as legal and regulatory frameworks, professional standards, and educational opportunities. A well-supported, properly regulated, and efficiently funded optometry profession can increase and improve the accessibility, equity, and affordability of eye care services in communities. Because ultimately, it's about optometrists being able to practice to their fullest extent of their academic training and experience for the benefit of people who, when the time comes, we can help restore the sight and thus completely change their lives. I kept on thinking, maybe I should talk in this conference about how optometry changes patients' lives. Yes, maybe I could speak about this patient that came in with vision problems with his contact lenses. And after examination, I said to him, "You need to see a neurologist. Your eye problem is not from your contact lenses." He came back in a week saying that he was sure his problem is from the contact lenses. I insisted, and then he went to a neurologist. He came back a month later and said to me, "You saved my life. I had a brain tumor." Or maybe I can talk about the time I was looking for a new house, and when the broker who was selling the house recognized me, said, "You changed the life of my mother. She has age-related macular degeneration, and the special classes you prescribed allow her to go to the movies, museums, and to read. Another case is one girl with low vision that came to me, and the mother insisted that I should recommend to the girl not to study and get married and have children. I recommended she continue her studies with special low vision aids, and now she is a chemical engineer and works in her field. I'm sorry to say that I don't know if she got married and had children. All I know is that I was able to change her life for good. But I'm sure you have had patients like this in the clinic. You know, I should have started by thanking the community of the College of Optometry of the University of Houston for sharing their talent, knowledge, and experience to educate a new generation of doctors of optometry. Congratulations should also be given to their parents and families for all these years of support and love. And of course, congratulations to the graduates, now doctors of optometry, and our colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bromberg.